Oh, wow. Yes. Podcasters Lounge. Hello, anyone? We're going. This is starting. Oh, wow. Headphones loud. Welcome to the Podcasters Lounge. I don't know what to say. You're here. I'm here. People are commenting already. Well, no, the comments just went live. But anyway, welcome to the lounge. This is the weekly live stream, and sometimes we stream more than once a week, but it's always at Wednesday evenings at the time. Right here. Wednesdays, 9 to 11 Eastern, which is 6 to 8 Pacific. We're here in the lounge every week, and happy to be here. My name's Chris Curran. Obviously, frankly, and I am the owner and lead instructor at Podcast Engineering School. Learn to engineer and produce podcasts at a professional level. That's right, for all you hardcore people who want to learn audio for reals. That's what we teach at my school. Anyway, but the lounge is where we hang out, and we just kind of chill. And since you're here, if you have any questions or if you have any news you'd like to bring up, anything you want to comment on, anything you want me to comment on. So I do have like a bunch of topics for us to discuss. And actually, I'm just going to real quick check the stream, make sure we're live. We should be live, right? Yeah, it says it's online, so this will be good. I'll put this over here. Yep, there we are. Okay, we are live, and who's going to be the first person to chat? So we have a Facebook group as well. If you want to join the Facebook group, but watching the live stream on YouTube is probably the best. So YouTube is probably the best in terms of commenting and seeing the comments on the screen, everything like that. But yeah, we're live on Facebook. Oh, yeah. See, I got to watch for Facebook comments on a different computer here. See, someday, there are systems that sort of pull everything into one place. I mean, the system that we're using, which is Restream, is supposed to do that. It's supposed to pull all the comments in. Josh Pound is here. What's up, man? I was going to give you a nice little lightsaber action for Josh Pound. Welcome, brother. Yeah, YouTube's the best option, right? It's just, it works really well, the commenting. And someday I'll turn on the, what is it called? Super chat in YouTube where, viewers can actually tip money. Yeah, baby. Someday I want all my audience, I shouldn't say my audience, because I don't feel like the Podcasters Lounge is mine. I mean, it sort of is, but I think about it as ours. So we're just kind of hanging out in the lounge. That's all. And so what are you drinking? I'm really hitting the hard stuff here with just some water. And I have more water. I have water on top of water. So it's kind of cool. Oh, let me start the music. Yeah, baby. We're going to play a little music in the background. Nothing major. Little jam session in the background. So I got a bunch of news topics to talk about. Josh, what's up in your world, man? Tell me something good about you and yourself. Okay, so look at that. Is this the best website you've ever seen? Hold on, I got a cough. I coughed it out. Yeah, look at this website. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 words. Is this the most succinct website in the world? Oh, no, there's got to be websites with one word on it, right? Yeah, Josh is happy to be alive, enjoying the evening with your family. That's great, man. I'm really happy to hear that. Really, each of us, life is not easy. And a lot of times it's really hard. But at the same time, in the background, in reality, like, it's really good that we're all here and we can all hang out and have some fun and help each other if necessary and all that kind of stuff. So the International Podcast Association, I don't know if you took this survey yet, but this is a new international organization that's going to really help bring the podcasting world together globally. And, you know, that entails a lot of things. So I'm on the board of this association, and we've been working on this we've been talking about it for about 5 months. And sometime in the coming months, we may start a Kickstarter campaign to raise the money to really do it right. But we're reaching out to leaders around the world who want to, you know, be part of the association and be leaders. You know, so if you know any leaders in the podcasting space in any other countries in the world, send me a note. Yeah, send me a note. That's fine. I'll pass it along to the association. But and it's what's interesting too is, so question for you, do you ever attend like a local meetup that's for podcasters? That's the question for you. So my answer is yes, although the group here in my city of Colorado Springs has pretty much fizzled out and died. We used to do it once a month. Well, we tried to do it once a month, and I was never the organizer. Not that makes a difference, but I was never the organizer, so, you know, I don't know. We're kind of a small town in a way. You know, Denver's a big city, but Colorado Springs is a pretty small city, I would say. It's not a town. It's more than a town. But yeah, so anyway, part of what we might want to do with the International Podcast Association is set up a directory for local meetups around the world. In all the different countries, all the different cities, states, everything, right? So, so that way people around the globe, if they ever want to know, you know, where are the local meetups, or are there any local meetups in South Dakota? I mean, hey, if you know, you'll be able to come to this website and see and connect with them. Anyway, there's a lot of opportunity there, a lot of things that can be done. It's kind of fun planning it too. And by the way, it might not work. One of the things about this whole idea is, like, to do it right, we're going to need to be a real organization, a real global nonprofit, and we're going to, you know, there's going to have to be at least one full-time employee, right, working on it, you know, full-time, because everyone, you know, all of us have, you know, companies and lives and jobs and stuff. So anyway, the crowdfunding is going to have to be substantial. And you know what? If we don't come up with the money, or if no one in the world wants this, then fine, we won't do it. But there's so much good that can be done. One of the things too is about new podcasters. Like, when people want to start a podcast, where do they go? Like right now, where do they go? Well, they go to the web and they type in a search, and probably 80% of the information they read is garbage, right? So wouldn't it be nice if there was an actual organization that provided just simple, clear information and options? I mean, it's kind of a no-brainer. Anyway. Oh, there's one. Hey, Jasmine Thompson. Oh, you're interested. You did find one in your city. That's cool. So, have you ever attended that meeting, Jasmine, in your city? That's cool. Yeah, I mean, it's so cool. I mean, the podcasting world is so cool. Like, I've been part of it for, 7-8 years now. And just everyone I meet is just great. Hey, Cliff Arnold's here. What's up, Cliff? Yeah, lots of misinformation out there. There really is. And so here's one thing I came across today. And I don't know, I'm assuming people mean well. But like, the way people answer Facebook posts is quite often disgusting. Like, people, like, someone will post a question, and then all these people will just post garbage. Like, it's like they didn't even read the question. It's like they're asking, how should I start my podcast? And then people are like, get this mic and do that. And like, you don't know anything, dude. You can't answer those kind of questions without asking like 47 more questions. So I don't know. People love to give advice. They love whatever microphone they have. That's the one. No, this is one works great. It's so bad. There was even a post today where someone was asking about IPDTL. I think I talked about this on the Sunday stream. Yeah, here it is, IPDTL. This is, you all know Zencaster and Squadcast and all that, right? So someone online, and I know them, I won't name them, but they posted online and said, hey, I started using IPDTL, and it's working great. I love it. Okay, fine, right? Someone commented with one word. You know what they commented? Squadcast. Like, what is that? How does that contribute to the conversation? What does that mean? Or are you just spamming crap? Spamming the thing that you love, which means nothing. It's literally irrelevant to the conversation of that post. It's terrible. Anyway, that happens all the time. Oh, you're planning to, Jasmine? Cool. Yeah, learn about the meeting and meet the people. I mean, there's a lot of really good people in podcasting. I mean, there's always a couple bad apples, but not really that bad in podcasting. And there's only, not many at all. Everyone is really good and helpful and usually, but none of us is perfect. So that's cool. By the way, Jasmine, I know you're watching on Facebook. If you want to jump onto YouTube, that's the best way to watch the stream and comment and everything. So just, if you go to YouTube and search for Podcasters Lounge, find the channel, and then subscribe and hit the bell, all that. Mike Wilkerson's here, baby.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. I need some Beavis clips. Wasabi. I would love to see that. You think that original commercial's on YouTube? Wasabi. That was a good one. All right, so should we get into some news? Oh, thanks, Jasmine. Yeah, thanks for heading over to YouTube. Just say hello on YouTube, and then your comment will go on the screen. So anyway, the IPA. Yes, IPA. That means you can drink a beer and be a member of the International Podcast Association. And as the International Podcast Association, if we start, if we brew our own beer, it'll be the IPA. Okay, you get it? Was that funny? Bob Bergey's here. Oh, cool, man. You made it for a little while. Yes, 8 Wheels on Twitch. Thanks for being here, Bob. Good to see you, man. Where are you in the world? And are you driving the big rig? Okay, so that's the IPA. Again, if you haven't gone to take the short survey, please do. Internationalpodcastassociation.org. That's the link. All right. Well, oh, you're off today. Okay, you're at home in Telford, PA. I went to high school with a guy whose last name was Telford. Really funny guy. Funny dude. All right, so I don't know. I'm showing the Roadcaster Pro. Does anyone have a Roadcaster Pro? I actually don't, but I've heard great things about them, and I've heard a couple serious engineers say that they're okay. It's not built like a tank or anything, but for what it is and the price, it's great. Period. It really is. And it's great for a lot of people. Oh, yeah, Bob Bergey. I know you got one. Yeah, so anyway, apparently, Jason Bryant's here, too.
That's a tongue twister right there.
Not really, Barry. It's just Jason Bryant. He's here. He's the only one who sent in the video of himself yelling, "Sound great." I mean, who else in the world can say that? No one. Only Jason Bryant, okay? Yeah, the new firmware. So that's what I was going to mention, Bob, is that the Roadcaster Pro, they released some new firmware, which, you know, if you're not familiar with firmware, it basically updates the little software inside the unit, and that way it can talk to the computer and has a bunch more functionality and all that. Cliff Arnold, you're buying one soon? That's cool, man. Yeah, everyone's loving the Roadcaster Pro. I've actually never used it. I've seen one in person, though. Anyway, the new firmware update is really good. Everyone's raving about it. It's good, man. You know, and seriously, I saw Dave Jackson posted on Facebook about this, but like, thank goodness there's a company. I mean, I shouldn't say thank goodness. I should say it's really nice to see a company like Rode that is listening to the feedback of podcasters so well, right? That's what everyone is saying, that everyone gave feedback on the on the improvements they wanted on the Roadcaster Pro, and then Rode just took care of all of them. Amen. Yeah, see, it wiped Bob's wish list for the Roadcaster Pro clean. It just wiped his wish list clean. Done. All done. Thank you, Rode. That's pretty impressive, you know? And it's August, right? It's late August, and this thing came out beginning of this year, right? Yeah, beginning of this year. So literally within 8 months, they've upgraded it, and well, this is the second, at least the second upgrade. Maybe there'd been more. Oh yeah, I hope Jasmine made it over to YouTube. So anyway, that's the Roadcaster Pro. You guys heard about this? Oh yeah, this is gonna be f***ing great. Yes. This is going to be great. She Podcast Live. Are you guys familiar? So there's a podcast called She Podcasts, and they've been doing their podcast for, 5-6 years or something like that. And they have a big audience of, a lot of women podcasters and all that. And so now they're doing their first live event, October 11th to the 13th in Atlanta, Georgia. If you're a female podcaster, I mean, you should be going. So just go register. Oh, she made it over. All right, Jasmine, now I got to remember your name. Pretty Girl 101 is Jasmine, all right? If I forget, can you guys remind me? All right, well, Jasmine, are you going to She Podcast Live? That's the question. So, anyway, 42 days away. Man, they did a huge crowdfunding campaign. So are any of you planning on doing like a big event for your podcast? Not everyone can do it, but they have a big audience and they've been doing their show for 5 years, and that's why they were able to crowdfund successfully and do this, right? But the average show, probably not. Like my show, for instance, you all know my show, the Podcast Engineering Show. You should know my show. Where is it? Here it is. Oh, it's your first time hearing about it. Yeah, it's going to be a pretty big deal, Jasmine. Yeah, this is my show right here, the Podcast Engineering Show. And I've actually often thought about doing an event for the like a more technical podcasting event for, podcast producers and editors. And I've actually talked to Steve Stewart about it too, and he actually is planning something as well for the Podcast Editors Club, because, I mean, if you guys aren't members of the Podcast Editors Club on Facebook, you should be if you're at all involved in producing podcasts. Anyway, how do you tell how many people are in the group? 4,385 members. Dude. Yeah, for real. Oh, and I want to show you something, because you know why? There was Look did you see what was taking a nap in my backyard today? You see this bobcat? I'm like looking out the window. I'm like, wait, what is that? That looks like something. And then I zoomed in. This is actually zoomed in. It's not that far away. Like literally from the window right here where I work, the bobcat was probably, I'd say 25 feet away, which isn't that far. And he was sleeping. And then I'm such an idiot. I was taking a picture of him and then I was zooming in and then I dropped my phone, but I was inside the house. The window was closed. I was inside the house, but he heard. And so actually, yeah, this is him. He kind of heard. He kind of opened up and looked right at me. Although he couldn't really see me too good because I was inside and whatever. Yep. Oh, Bob, you wanted to meet Barry at Podcast Movement? You mean Barry Gary? Or Barry, this Barry?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Oh, Mike Wilkerson, you listening in the car? Okay, I hope it sounds okay. How's my mic? I know my mic, so my mic's going out live, so I'm not... The only processing on my voice is on my channel strip. I'm using probably a pretty good amount of compression. So hopefully it's keeping my voice pretty steady, even when I talk loud or if I just talk soft. Oh, Jasmine, you're a rookie? All right. That's good. See, you're a rookie. So yeah, if you have any questions, Jasmine, let me know. I mean, we're here just chatting. I mean, there's so much to podcasting. Oh, Bob Berge, Barry, the real Barry, he doesn't go to Podcast Movement. I actually haven't seen him in like more than 4 years. The real Barry.
You're going to need a couple of horses or a couple of mules.
Or a bobcat. See this? So first, this is the picture I got first. Wait, sorry. This is the picture I got first. Then I dropped the phone and he woke up and then he looked at me like this and then he kind of chilled out a little more and then he was just kind of looking this way and then he went back to sleep, but then pretty much within 10 or 15 minutes after that he was gone and we didn't even see him leave. Well, we weren't watching him, but like the next time I looked out the window he was gone. Yeah, he could see me. He did see me. I mean, in the window, kind of far away. So he wasn't like on high alert or anything. He's just kind of like, what is that? That was kind of his thing. Oh, the interactivity is super easy. And okay. That's cool, Mike. So anyway, that's the bobcat from earlier today. And anyway, Podcast Editors Club, which I started talking about this because I was talking to Steve Stewart. He might be thinking about doing almost like a small conference. Like, this is what I want to know from you. Let me ask you this. If there was a conference for podcast editors and producers, and the conference was going to get really in-depth and training on specific software and have speakers like me and other people who are really technical, right? Like, let's say it was a weekend thing, right? It would probably have to be a weekend thing. Would you attend? Would you want to attend? Would you fly to another city to attend a weekend workshop that goes really, really deep into audio production for podcasts? Oh, huge update to Android recently, Mike? Oh, that's cool. I use an Android. Where's my phone's over there. Jason Bryant, he would potentially attend. Yeah, so anyway, that's the thing. Like Steve's kind of thinking about that, and he asked me if I would be involved and help out and all that, and I said yeah. So anyway, but the thing with renting a hotel, it's like it's crazy. It's like, think about it. You have to fly somewhere for a weekend. I mean, that's easily going to cost you like $1,000 between flight and hotel and food, right? I don't know, maybe a little less than it. Well, no, including your ticket to the event, I'd say $1,000, maybe more, maybe slightly more, slightly less. Kirplakistan. How about no, Scott? Right? Yeah, Bob. That's the thing, Bob. It's hard to justify. Like for a weekend, you're gonna pay $1,000 for a weekend to go learn a bunch of technical stuff. I mean, you could. And the cool thing too, this would be the cool thing. Everybody would bring their like laptop, like their if they do their production on a laptop, bring your production machine with your headphones and like all that, and maybe we could get some good discounts on plugins. So maybe at the event you could download a couple new plugins and use them. But yeah, it's exactly pricey, Jasmine, right? That's pricey. So anyway, that's why for now it's just a thought. If any of you ever have any ideas or thoughts on this, let me know, or let Steve know. Brandon Gonzalez has 3 minutes.
Yeah, oh yeah. There's no activity, no giggle, no nothing.
Oh, forget it.
I know. All right, Brandon, thanks for checking in, brother. He's got 3 minutes. He's directing airplane traffic. Yeah, oh, Mike says you would pay for remote access to it. Well, there you go. Well, along those lines, then why even do it in person? Why don't we just do a remote, like a weekend webinar with a bunch of different presenters and all that? It's not the same, but and that kind of thing. Like people don't. I don't know. Do you guys, when you guys get like invitations? Oh, we're having a big online seminar or something. Do you even? I don't even look at that stuff anymore because I don't know. I guess if it was relevant to me, I would, but anyway, so all that came from talking about She Podcasts, remember? Oh man, I just got really hungry. Did you guys eat dinner? Wow, it just hit me. And I ate half my dinner before, well, probably about an hour ago. I ate half my dinner, so that means I'm going to be eating dinner late. Or eating the rest of my dinner later. But, Jasmine. Okay, there you go. That's a good idea, Jasmine. Doing a small in-person podcast event where you are. That's really good. And by the way, Jasmine, what's your show? Or did you start your show? And if so, give us the name, and you can even post a link, I think. Are you allowed to post links? I forget. Sirloin steak in the air fryer tonight. Whoa, air fryer? Is that like a hair dryer? Oh, jeez. But we need the little sound clip. Oh, God. Or the game show loop. Oh, thank you for playing. Anyway, She Podcast. Okay. Oh, someone's messaging me. Oh, it's Mike. Mike Wilkerson. All right, hold on. See, I like to leave these tabs open. Oh, see, I'm showing it on screen, Mike. Now, this isn't private anymore. I don't know if you told me any secrets. Oh, yeah. Oh, look at this. Dude, look at this. He's driving. You got the GPS here. So, like Android, looks like Android's connected. Then you got the screen. And then you got the live chat. Really? Dude, this is pretty cool. Yep. All right, so Mike says, in regard to the online gathering, I would go if it's technical enough and specialized enough, because it's specialized means it's not like any of the other conferences or webinars. Yes, that I understand that. I agree with that. And I think some of it would also have to be software specific. For instance, people who use Adobe Audition, we'd have to get Mike Russell. Sorry. We'd have to get Mike Russell to come in and just lay the smackdown with the training on Adobe Audition. It's a Mealthy, an air fryer lid for my Instant Pot. Huh. All right. Bob, are you going to start a cooking show? Cooking with Bob Berge. Purple Podcast Productions. Well, there you go. This is Mike Wilkerson drive. So where are you driving, Mike? Are you driving like long distance or just kind of putting around town? Oh, Bob says nope. Susan is the cook. All right, so do you guys listen to the Jordan B. Peterson podcast, or do you watch his YouTube videos? So Jordan B. Peterson is just awesome in terms of getting your life together, becoming a stronger person, overcoming all your nonsense, and achieving all your goals and being helpful to society and, you know, all that. So, anyway, I just listened to, over the last 3 days, I listened to the last 2 episodes that came out on his podcast channel. He has a lot of teaching online as well. Oh, Jasmine says she has followers on different platforms, but they just don't interact. But I'm hopeful. Right? So what are we supposed to do about that? Like, because the same thing with me. It's like, I don't know. It's like good to be on all the platforms, but then every, like, your audience is more scattered. I feel you there, Jasmine. Anyway, I really I listened to an episode today. It's just great. It's deep stuff though. Like it's stuff like in your life when you really wanna stop playing the fool and you really wanna just be like, all right, I'm gonna get real with myself. And I'm gonna change. I'm gonna become the person that I want to become. When you get to that stage, then when you listen to Jordan Peterson, it's awesome. It makes sense. It's very helpful. It's really good. It's so sad that a lot of the media just tries to smear him and stuff, and because they don't understand what he's saying and they don't understand his arguments. He's just too smart for them, and they try to make it political, and he's not political at all. And he just destroys any of those idiots in the media that he argues against. He just destroys them. The classic one was the woman from the UK when he was sitting down with her, and he literally, it's so funny how he made her look like an absolute fool. And all he was just being himself, being a normal person. But she was trying to get him. She was trying to go after him and get him. And he just, there's nothing to get. They paint him as this evil guy, some of these idiots, and he's not. So he just is himself, and that's how he destroys people in arguments. Oh, you're driving the girls to get some ice cream. Oh, ice cream.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh man. Wait, so you're, oh dude, Mike Wilkerson, you are literally commenting in the chat by like hitting the microphone icon on your phone and talking, and then your phone is changing it from voice to text, and then you just hit submit. That is cool, man. Speaking of Mike Russell, I'm struggling learning Audition. Yeah, no, I would say just look at Mike's short videos, you know? Yeah, you're looking for A to Z, so I don't know. I don't know of an A to Z course on Adobe Audition. I would kind of say, like Bob, what we went through in the course in podcast engineering school, I mean, you don't need to learn Audition that much. Like, you just need to do certain things, like use plugins, maybe do some automation, simple automation, maybe do, like a subgroup, right? Maybe group some faders together. I mean, that's all you really need to do, put some plugins on the master fader. I mean, and they have a bunch of built-in effects, but you should be, by poking around, Bob, you should be able to figure it out. I mean, I actually don't think you need an A to Z course in an Audition because there's so much in there that you will never use. So, Jasmine, she just keeps putting content and interacting. One day it'll work. Yeah, it'll work. And so, Jasmine, if you know, yeah, I guess like the more helpful you can be and the more regular, right? Because that's the one thing about podcasting. It just takes a long time. Jordan Peterson's 12 Rules is outstanding content. Yes, it is. Yes, I know you want it all right now, Bob. So do I. In fact, long time ago when I was working on this one record, there were certain things I wanted and I couldn't get them. And so I said, I know what I want and I don't want to wait. And then I must have said it a couple times. Not like that, more chill than that. But anyway, one of the girlfriends of the girlfriend of the singer, she wrote down that quote. And anyway, she showed me later, or maybe they bought me they had it printed on a mug and they gave it to me. I can't remember. Pretty stupid quote though. I mean, it's a stupid quote, but sometimes it's easy to be impatient, right? Especially with software and stuff like that. It's like you know what you want to do in the software. And you know that there's some menu item where you just got to click it and it'll be done, but you just can't find it. Right? Is that like is that the worst thing ever? I don't know if there's anything worse than that, for real. So yeah, so Jasmine, if you want me to take a peek at some of your content or one of your platforms, let me know. Just put a link in the chat. If you're allowed to. Are you allowed to? All right, everyone comment with a link right now. Let's see if it works. Everyone, I want you to link me to your show or your network. I know, Mike, you're driving. I could just pull yours up. I know it's the wrong way to search for it. Helps if you spell it right, though. Yeah, two guys talking. Oh, it's a LinkedIn. Two guys talking. I'll just search for that. There you go. All right, now we're getting somewhere. All right, Mike Wilkerson has twoguystalking.com with a whole podcast network of shows. Bob Berge. Bob Berge has Purple Podcast Productions. Oh, yeah, baby. Got plosives. Got milk. Okay, so what were we looking at? All right, so Jordan Peterson, you get the idea. 12 Rules is a great book. And it's cool because me and my wife saw Jordan Peterson in Colorado Springs last fall. I think it was late September or October of last year. He came to speak in Colorado Springs. We went to see him and we paid to meet him afterwards. It was awesome. I got a nice picture with him, me and my wife. It was great. It was an honor to meet him. And if you didn't know, he has a course called Maps of Meaning. Let me show you this. Yeah, this is the one. Yeah, this is the one. 2016. This is the one I watched. So this is him in his classroom at the University of Toronto, and he's teaching his course. The course is called Maps of Meaning. He literally recorded every lecture, and he posted them on YouTube. So you can literally, like this first lecture, this lecture 01, it's an hour and 40 minutes long, and I don't know how many he does, maybe 10 or 12, and you can watch them all. And this is what I did. I literally watched this one. His 2016 Maps of Meaning course, and I just literally watched them all. And it was long. It was great, though. So dude, like if it's like going to college again. You want to go to college and watch a professor who's genius, or at least borderline genius, teach a course that is so helpful to you and your life and your family and your relationships. I mean, dude, this is crazy. It's tremendous. Okay, so wait, why does that still say She Podcasts? Oh, there we go. So have you seen this? So this was an app. The app is called Flick. All right, you can get it on the iOS or Android, and it's an app called Flick. And they had a booth at Podcast Movement. And, as I was walking around, I just saw them and I'm like, hey, what do you guys do? And they told me and all that. So what I did is in the app, I created a group for Podcasters Lounge, and I created a group for my show, which is the Podcast Engineering Show. And just to try it, right? Just to try it. Because apparently this app, it's like a community app. You can build a community around your podcast. Obviously, that's what it says right here. And so, then it actually you can, with a free account, you can just sign up, and it's kind of like a chat app for your listeners and your podcast, your community. But there's also, listeners can pay you or contribute. I don't know how that works. I didn't do that yet. I'm not going to do that for a while. I don't know if you can do that on the free plan. I don't know how it works. But anyway, I just signed up for this to try it. So literally, if you're into trying apps, I mean, you don't have to. You don't have to do this, but if you're like trying apps, then download Flick and search for, the Podcasters Lounge and or my show. And so, yeah, and then we can chat in there and everything. So I don't know. It's just an experiment. I'm just trying it. It probably won't really become anything important, but it might. And also, if you go into Flick, you should also find Josh Wade and his recap.fm group. So just search for recap.fm in this Flick app and you'll see it. And I don't know. See, part of the reason I don't like this so much is that it's another app. It's like now I gotta remember to open another app every day and check if there was any comments or questions, or I guess I could set up notifications. I think I did actually, but maybe there have been no notifications. But anyway, you get the idea, right? You can't have a million apps and a million platforms and 47 email addresses and all that, right? You just can't. So anyway, Mike is now back at home, and the Android Auto update is a game changer. Oh, that's cool, man. I've actually never tried that, but I will be buying a new car, a new car or a new used car, because actually the main car that I drive now, it doesn't even connect Bluetooth with the phone. No, it connects Bluetooth with the phone for a phone call, but not to play music, not to stream anything, like only an actual phone call. That's it, which kind of stinks, but it's a Toyota Prius from 2008. That's why. It's from 2008, so. Oh, Jasmine, your phone went out? All right, you're back. And Bob Berge says, not a good name. Do you realize how many apps come up when you search for Flick? Yeah, I know. Well, you can go to flickapp.com, which is where I am on the screen here, and then just actually click get it on Google Play or download on the App Store. That's one way to find it. But yeah, Flick. And that's the thing, the name Flick. Like, that's associated with movies. Which, it makes more sense for recap.fm. They recap TV shows, not movies. But still, Flick, what does Flick have to do with podcasting? Anyway, it feels incongruent a little bit, right? Is that a big deal? Do you think is that a deal breaker for you? I wonder. Anyway, we'll try that app. Oh, let's see where Bitcoin is. Oh boy. 96.76. But we're still making we didn't go past the previous low, so that's good. Which means it's a high. This was a low, then there was a higher low, then there was a higher low, then a higher low, and that kind of points upwards. Anyway, yeah, you had to search Flick Podcast to get it to come up. Yeah, I know, man. Well, search in general. I mean, do you like? Literally, the only good search in the world is Google.com. Every other search of any other app, any website, I don't care what it is, ever, it sucks. Do you disagree? I think everything sucks. Every search ever sucks. I mean, some of them are okay, but most of them suck. Especially podcast apps. Like I use Podcast Addict on my Android phone, so I got my Podcast Addict, and I'm like, I can literally search for someone's show with the exact name, and it won't come up first. Like, I gotta scroll past like 20 or 30 shows, and then it'll be there. Now, seriously, how does that happen? I thought the first query to the database would be that exact name. Hey, are there any shows with that exact name? And if so, put that first. But no, it's terrible. It's awful. That's why when people talk about like AI and genome stuff and all, like people talk about all this futuristic crap. Dude, we can't even get search right on a stupid website or a stupid app. Come on. And you're going to talk about going to Mars and doing all this crap. You ain't doing anything. Please. And I don't know how Google does it, but Google does it way better than anyone. And don't even talk to me about, I'm not big with the Alexa and the smart speakers and all that. I'm not really a user. As I mentioned before in the lounge here, I bought a Amazon Echo or whatever. And I literally, like, with Alexa, and it came in the mail, and I unwrapped it, plugged it in, and I actually had, you have to set it up or connect it to your phone or whatever. I did all that, and then I asked it, like, a couple questions, and then it literally was so apparent that, like, yeah, they're just listening to me. Like, people are listening, they're probably recording all this. Like, if you just leave it on in your house, it's listening the whole time. And it's being recorded somewhere and all, like, you just know. It's not a secret. So literally I just unplugged it and I haven't used it since. And I'm like, that was so stupid to buy that. But Mike says he's given up on talking all of the Uber tech that focuses on search. Frustrating because it can't be replicated half the time. Yeah. Well, whatever. I mean, maybe it is a tough problem. But, I mean, Google has solved it 20 years ago. So, how come Google solved it 20 years ago and no one else can solve it since then? You're an advanced Amazon Echo user. You did the Echo Auto review. Coming out soon, but the bottom line is that the Android Auto app is superior. Okay. Android Auto. I would try that. I guess, again, but I can't, it doesn't play system audio through my car, so it only plays like Bluetooth phone. I guess Bluetooth. Because I can have a call on like the Signal app. I can talk through my car for that, but anyway. Oh yeah. So is everybody lounged out? I mean, I did a live stream Sunday night, and now the Beardcaster's here.
No way.
He's here, Barry.
No way.
Barry, look on the screen, Barry.
No way.
He's here.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Scott Sikora, what's up, the Beardcaster? Hello, my friend. Welcome to you. Welcome to the Bearded Brotherhood. Bob's new car has Apple CarPlay, which I love. Oh, okay. There you go. Scott Sakura has the Beard Play in his car. I don't know what that means. That was a terrible joke. Didn't even mean anything. Barry, I heart you.
That's frightening.
Okay. Well, I was going to look through some... You know what? Let's wait on the pod news. Well, wait. Yeah, let's wait on the pod news. Where was... Okay. So... Oh, this is the next Podcast Engineering School program. It actually starts on September 10th, which is pretty soon. So if you know anyone who might want to take the course, definitely tell me or send them here. You know the drill. Oh, I got another... Oh, Mike sent another picture. Wait, what was that sound? Who was that? You guys hear that? All right, if I'm missing something, I'm sorry. You guys see this post I posted, what was it, 2 days ago? What do you feel is the greatest album of all time? Seriously, the greatest. Interesting. Interesting. Well, I'll ask you now. What do you think yours is? Yeah, it must be my other friend, Mike, right? Android 6.0, Marshmallow, and up. I bought my Android... Oh, geez. When did I buy my Android? About 6 months ago. So I don't know what I have. I don't know if I have Marshmallow or what. Yes, Scott, I know. People want to take the course, but they don't have money. It's okay. They'll get money. Yeah. That's the thing. So, obviously, this question is literally unanswerable, right? There's no greatest album because everyone has their own opinion. But even beyond that, it's like even each of you and me, each of us individually, how are you going to pick your favorite album? Like, let's say you like country and you like metal. You can have your favorite country album and you can have your favorite metal album, but how are you going to pick between the two? Like, sometimes you can, but sometimes you can't. Right? You can't. That's like, what's a better fruit, an apple or an orange? How are you going to choose? That's not right. I mean, you don't know. It's not a fair comparison. So anyway, but it was nice having everyone chime in. And one thing I was very perplexed by was when the first comment here, I said, I'm going to go with Dark Side of the Moon by Pink Floyd. And then a bunch of people commented how, yeah, Dark Side's good, but maybe Animals is the best album ever. Another album by Pink Floyd, but Animals. And I'm like, Animals? Like, I've heard Animals. It's good. But you're saying Animals is the greatest album of all time. Like, that, to me, that doesn't compute. And even some of the people saying it were saying, well, Dark Side of the Moon and Animals are close. But Animals is better. And I'm like, what? Animals is better than Dark Side of the Moon? I mean, Dark Side of the Moon was in the top 100 chart for 15 years straight. 15 years. Dark Side blew out your subwoofer a couple years ago? Wow. Okay, so Scott says Angel Dust by Faith No More. Okay. Yeah, well, there you go. The band Faith No More. So that album, I don't know that album. I was never a big Faith No More fan. I know people go nuts for Faith No More. I was never that guy. But I will say I have never listened to a full album, like from front to back. And I never owned any Faith No More either. The residuals are preventing the Animals fans from seeing straight still. Yeah, dude, maybe. I mean, I just don't get it. Like, I literally, like, comparing Animals to Dark Side of the Moon and saying that Animals is better. Like, forget the greatest album of all time. Just think Pink Floyd. I don't get that. But, you know, hey, it's a fine opinion. Everyone can have their opinion. So anyway, we won't look at all the albums. Well, let me just go down here. It might be Purple Rain, says Pete Turner. The Wall. Okay, someone said The Wall. 9 Inch Nails, The Fragile. Okay, shame on you. I know, sorry, Scott. Boot to Head by The Frantics. I've never even heard of that. Appetite for Destruction. That, again, great album. But, I mean, the greatest of all time? I don't know. Van Halen 1. Oh, here's Dave Jackson, our buddy. Van Halen 1 for when he had a really really bad day. Ted Nugent, Double Live Gonzo. Queen, A Night at the Opera. Yeah, it is an impossible choice. The White Album, which I recently listened to several times, that's another one I don't really get. I mean, people say, like the White Album, it's fine, it's okay, but, like, seriously, like put that up against Sgt. Pepper's, and, like, I mean, there's a reason Sgt. Pepper's is, a lot of people think that's the best album of all time. Weird Al, yeah, baby. Seriously, well, here you go. Thriller, Sgt. Pepper's. Yeah, Bandra didn't comment on this. Journey, Captured. That's yours, Mike. Yeah, baby. Dude, you saw Weird Al last night? So I was talking to someone else. It was Andy Wang from Inspired Money. He also saw Weird Al, I think this summer. He said it was tremendous. The Beatles. Doolittle. What is Doolittle? You know what? I saw this. Doolittle album. Who is Doolittle? Oh, it's an album by the Pixies, released in April 1989. Anybody heard this one? I've never heard this one. I don't know if I've ever heard the Pixies. Anyway. Had a 41-piece symphony. Yeah, Van Halen all day, every day. Exactly. The White Album. Another White Album. I mean, I just don't get the White Album. I mean, I like it, and in fact, I think, you know, Happiness is a Warm Gun is, like, that's probably my favorite song on that album, just because it's so kind of weird and kooky, but also good. See, my buddy Todd said Pink Floyd, Dark Side or Animals. Oh, this is where he said, Dark Side is a work of inspired art, but Animals has Gilmour's best playing. Okay. See, Todd's nuanced. He's very good. Radiohead, OK Computer. Grace by Jeff Buckley, dude. All right. All right, Bob. Good night, brother. Bob Berge, everybody. Purple Podcast Productions. So, how we doing? Oh, we're an hour in. All right. Well, if you're enjoying the live stream or the replay, just make sure you hit the like button, that bell, that sub. We're here hanging in the lounge. If you have any news, any podcasting news you want to talk about, or any podcasting questions, let me know. And I will say one thing. Well, I got this on the screen, but let me, one thing, I think I mentioned it sometime before, but one thing I always think about, like, when you guys are watching the stream, like, I know you're doing other stuff, but, like, if you can, like, watch the stream, I mean, sort of watch and listen, but also you can actually, post some of your own stuff on your own social media. Because we're always looking for time to post stuff, right? Like, when do you have time to sit down for an hour or two and just post stuff on social media or schedule stuff, right? So that's a great thing to do while we're streaming, because, we're kind of just chilling and chatting, and you can do that at the same time. So you can be a little productive at the same time. And here we are. Ooh. Stream inside of a stream. Cliff has a question. Recently heard on a Hindenburg tutorial say something about sampling a good breath sound and replacing sharp breaths with the good. So why wouldn't you just remove all breath sound? Good question, Cliff Arnold. Jason Bryant, favorite start to finish album is Huey Lewis and the News Sports. And Lateralis by Tool. Oh, dude. Yeah. Yeah, now Mike's posting. Oh, Cliff says Def Leppard Pyromania. Dude, tremendous album. Wow. All right, so Cliff, back to your question. Why wouldn't you just remove all breath sound? The reason is because it's very unnatural. If you ever listen to a person speaking and all their breaths have been taken out, well, first of all, one thing you can do is, and just to change it up, I'm going to... So, one thing you can do is when you're taking out breaths, you can just mute them. So if there's a breath, you can just highlight it and, do the silence command. For me, in Twisted Wave, I just hit the S key. So if you highlight a breath and just hit the S key, it'll silence it. And so the person will be talking, the pacing will be the same, normal, but yet that breath will just be silence. Sounds very weird, very unnatural. It'll actually kind of mess with your brain, and it messes with the listeners' brains. Okay? Breathing is natural. People expect to hear it. When people hear breathing, it's natural. They want to hear it. There's no need to delete breaths ever. Then that's why, like you said, some people say if there is a one nasty breath or a loud breath, yeah, you can replace it with another one, and it just tones it down and makes it not so harsh. The other thing some people do is instead of just highlighting the breath and silencing it, they'll actually cut it out so that when people are talking, the next sentence will just start immediately, and then the next sentence will start immediately, and then the next sentence will start immediately. And there was a thing in my backyard today, and I'm going to this website, and and it machine guns sentences and phrases together in such an unnatural way. It's horrendous. You can't listen to it. Literally, you can't listen to it. You'll listen to like 15 seconds, 20 seconds, and you'll be like, oh my God, what the hell is this? And you will literally turn it off. So breaths are totally natural. You can't get rid of them. You should never get rid of them. Quite often, something I do with breaths is reduce them. So one of my clients has a habit of being really close to the mic, and then when she laughs, she'll be like, ah, ha, ha. And when she breathes in, it's like the sharpest. It hurts my ears. It's so loud. It's the loudest in breath. So what I do in post is I'll highlight the breath and I'll drop it down like literally 8 or 10 dB in volume. And then you still hear the breath, but it's a lot lower and it's not harsh. So, all right, breath removal is impossible. Yeah, the breathing isn't always the same. Totally. Moving Pictures! Dude, by Rush, Moving Pictures. Tremendous album. Yeah, and you asked about the audio in the car with your mic. It was stellar. Oh, thanks, Mike. Oh, that's good to hear, man. I appreciate that. Happy to hear that. All right, breathing, yes. Darth friggin' Vader, all interview long? No. Yeah, well, again, if someone has a problem, we're inserting room ambience in place of most breaths. All right. That's good. Also, Isotope RX has this, where is it? Breath control. Ooh, yeah, baby. Look. You can reduce the breaths. Let's reduce all the breaths by, 4.7 dB. And then you can listen. And then you set the sensitivity. And if you just want to hear the breaths only, just to make sure you have your sensitivity set right, you click this output breaths only. And it'll basically mute the voice and it'll just play the breaths. That way you know if the sensitivity is correct in catching the breaths and not the voice. And then, of course, when you're done, you undo it, and then you can preview it and all that. Johan, what's up, dude? Oh, we're talking about breaths, dude. The most recent breath note I got was, but Taylor Swift does it. Yeah, well, that's the thing about music, Mike, is I tell my students, go listen to pop music, and you'll hear the breaths are so loud in the mix because they're usually using a lot of compression. But it's totally natural. It sounds fine. No one thinks twice about it in a pop song, ever. No one even ever hears the breath because it just is natural, you know? Johan just finished recording a session with 5 people on mics. That's a lot of breathing. Dude. Wow. Cliff says, roger that. Thanks for the explanations. Yeah, cadence would be jacked up. Yeah, reducing the dB of sharp breath sounds like a plan to try. Yep. Yeah, man, just play with it, have fun with it, and you know, again, when you whatever you do, go back like 5 or 10 seconds. Probably 5 is enough. Go back 5 seconds and play it through, and listen to the person talking, hear them take the breath, and hear them continue talking, and then you got to feel like, is that natural? Does it sound natural? You know, sometimes, remember I said when there's a loud breath, I'll drop it down like 8 or 10 dB. Sometimes if I drop it down 10 dB, like I think it's a loud breath, I'm like, oh, I'm dropping it 10 dB. I'll listen back to it, and it'll be too low. It'll be like, oh, the person's talking, and then they're talking, and like, it's a loud breath, but it's so low in volume, that's unnatural. So then instead of reducing it 10 dB, I'll reduce it like 7 dB, and then it's perfect. So you can overdo it too. So again, you just got to listen back and see if it's natural. Mike says he has a function inside of Mixcraft that does something like that. It gathers all things cut out into their own reel. It's called the reel. Oh, that's pretty cool, man. I actually wish I had a thing like that because I think those kind of funny compilations of sounds are really funny. But I did one recently with mouth clicks, and it was very short. It was like 5 seconds. There was a guest on one of the shows that I produce. This guest had the most horrible mouth clicks. I can't even mouth click that good. This guy even did a double mouth click. He's like, it was like, how do you double mouth click? Anyway, I I cut some of the mouth clicks and I put them into one. It was like a 10-second file, and all you hear is like it's nasty mouth noise the whole time. It's disgusting. Of course I posted it on Facebook, you know. I mean, people need to hear that kind of stuff. You need to listen and enjoy. Yeah, baby. All right, so let's go. He needs a lozenge. Oh, God. All right, let's go back here. Where are we? All right, well, the greatest album of all time. All right, here's another streamer I found. Well, I've seen videos from him on and off for like the past year. But then just recently, he did the new Tool song. And anyway, this guy's pretty funny, man. Like, a lot of people are doing these reaction videos. Like, they'll listen to music they've never heard. And, like, supposedly they've never heard the music before. And then they'll listen to it. And they'll make a YouTube video of themselves listening to it and all that. It's kind of interesting. I listen to these other guys. Lost in Vegas. Those guys, they're great. This guy's really good. But some people, when they do these reaction videos, like, I don't know, they're like either too critical or they're too negative or they're just boring. I don't know any other way to say it. Like, it's not fun to watch them react to the song. But this guy and Lost in Vegas, they make it fun. And the best thing about the way they do it is that they feel it. Like, they speak from the heart. It's not just the head. So they go deeper into their reaction and into their observation of the music and their evaluation of the song. They go deeper. They're not just like, oh, it's okay. What, you know what I mean? They go deeper into it about how they're feeling. It's pretty cool. So this guy did a couple good ones, and it's so funny because he's just a real dude listening to like these songs, and I don't know. It's just kind of cool seeing people react. Do you guys watch any of these reaction type videos? Well, can I just say first too that like, thank you for being here, like Mike and Johan and Jason and everybody who's here. Thank you for being here. This stream feels like it's a small group tonight. Yeah, some of their reactions are lame. Yeah, and well that so, and of course there's the like all the copycats. Jason Curtis is here on Facebook, dude. Are you gonna do the Mike McCallan and join on Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube, and have a conversation with yourself between platforms? That was actually funny, right? Remember that? Mike McCallan, he's like asking himself questions and then he's answering on a different platform, and it was kind of stupid, but it was funny. So Jason Curtis, what's up, man? Welcome to the lounge.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Anyway. Oh yeah, and Scott, thank you for doing these. Yeah, man, I have fun doing this. And it's fun hanging out. One thing I need to do, by the way, is like, I don't know, like, so here's my conundrum. Excuse me. Here's my conundrum. I've been in the podcasting space for what, 7-8 years, and I know a lot of people in the space now. I've become friendly with a lot of people and all that, right? Great, good for me, whatever. But like when I started the lounge, like one thing I thought about doing, which I did not do, was like basically send an email to everyone I know and say, "Hey, dude, how you doing? I'm starting this podcasters lounge. Hey, could you post about it? Could you help me promote it?" Like, now, some people that like when they're gonna launch something new, that's what they would do, right? They would literally email every single person on their whatever email list they have. They'd email the list. Whatever friends they have in the industry, they would email every single one and say, "Hey, can you help me promote this?" I did none of that because I don't like asking for things that easily. I don't mind asking sometimes, but I'm not the guy who's I don't want to be the guy who emails you every 3 weeks asking you for a favor. Like I don't ever want to be that guy. But the problem with that is then I really haven't told, like, almost no one I know probably knows that we're doing the lounge. So anyway, so the point is, I'm going to have to, soon, I am going to have to start reaching out to people and letting them know that we're doing this and, ask them to, not only tune in, but to help me promote it and all that. There's even some big Facebook groups that I think, that I could mention it in, or even just if I got permission from the group owner, I could post about it and just say, "Hey, everybody, by the way, on Wednesday nights, if you ever have questions about podcasting, feel free to chime in and ask." Johan, it's the logo, dude. Johan. Yeah, I know, dude. You sent me those logos, right, Johan? That was you, right? Cliff Arnold started listening to some Gojira. Yeah, dude, Gojira's... I've only heard probably 4 or 5 songs by them. Not even. Maybe 3 or 4 songs. But, dude, what a... Yeah. One of the most important pieces of what you're talking about is that you're going to have to realize that there are valuable light bulb moments in each of these. The other question becomes, what is critical mass? Yeah, exactly. The podcaster... Yeah, Steve has made that awesome, and it's taken time. Yeah, well, it might be ridiculous to guys like us, Mike, but mostly, the people in that group... Mostly the content in that group is is, I would say, on par with that group, sort of. You know, mid-level production, all that. Yeah, Johan. So, Johan, I saw your, in fact, I'm going to bring it up now, Johan. So everyone, Johan, due to his disgust of this logo in the top right of your screen that you see right now, and the logo in the top right of this screen, right? It's kind of like the spray painted, like what I pictured is a door, like a door to the lounge, and on the door it's just like spray painted Podcasters Lounge, and then you just open the door and walk in, right? That's what I was going for. Mike says it is, but having a lounge with that many people, shrug. Yeah. So if there were like way more people on the stream, Mike, then yeah, it would change the vibe of it for sure. Like right now, it's just like 6 or 8 of us hanging out, chatting, and it's, you know, I can call each of you by name and answer every question. Definitely, if it got bigger, it would be different, but it still could be good. You know what I mean? Yeah, Johan thinks it looks like barf on the top right of the screen. He hates it. Yes, and he says that with the utmost respect, and I appreciate that. Thank you. I can handle it. But now I'm actually going to go into my email because Johan, see, this is how you criticize something. You criticize it, and then you send, you spend 10 minutes creating a couple logos, and then you send it to the host, and you're like, oh, I think your logos are absolutely horrible, and by the way, here's a couple that I whipped up. Do you like them? Right? Isn't that a good way to critique something? So here you go. All right, everybody. Check out the wonderful logos. The 3 logos that Johan, I don't know if I want, maybe I shouldn't put your email out on the stream, Johan. Sorry. There you go. And Johan says, mine are not great. I just wanted to get the conversation going. Yep, totally appreciate that, brother. So, yeah. So, anyway, these are some logos. And, I mean, look, my initial reaction is they're okay. I mean, none of them jumped out at me and said, oh, my God, that's the one. I love it. I love it. I love it. I must have it. I don't feel that way about any of these. And so, but, I mean, I'm open to a new logo. Yeah, the combs on these. Yeah, comb your hair. Yeah, well, look, here's the thing. I'm actually happy with, I personally, I don't mind what we have currently, but I'm not against someone coming up with something better. I'm not against it at all. But I mean, I don't have time to sit there and try to create one. I mean, I created this one that you see. I think it's fine. But again, I'm not against changing it or updating it. I don't care. If someone comes up with a great one, that's fine. We'll brand it that way. That's fine with me. Jason, he's still on Facebook. Sorry, dude. I missed a couple. Yeah, you're getting ready for the hurricane, dude. Oh my God, Jason. Hope you stay okay, man. Yes, and I know I need to market this and let people know. I will. You can't get into YouTube. All right. That's okay, Jason. I'll try to look over here, brother. Yeah, I'll keep looking over here. Glad you're here, man, and I hope you stay safe through this hurricane thing. Comb the beard. Scott Sakura, that's what he wants to do here, you know? So, Jasmine says, I love my logos. I put work into it, so I'm proud. Yeah, I hear you, Jasmine. I mean, I put some work into the one you see on the top right of the screen right now. Really, I just picked a font, and I did it, so whatever. And I like it, but if everyone hates it, whoever hates it, feel free to send me logos. And if you send me one and I love it, I'll make the change. But, it takes some time to make the change because then I got to go to I got to go everywhere to make the change, which I'm not against doing that at all. Okay. Jasmine says, I love your... I think did you start typing I love your, and then you looked at it and you're like, oh my God, it's disgusting. But you already hit enter. I'm just playing, Jasmine. Oh, you do like this one, Jasmine. Okay. There you go. I don't know. Mike, yeah, Mike Wilkerson. I don't know if you chimed in, if you like the current one or not, but anyway, again, if you don't like it, feel free to submit something. We'll change it. All right, so you guys, have you ever heard of Mix Magazine? Mix Magazine is... Oh, sorry. Oh, Johan says he can live with it. He just gets queasy when he sees the color. Well, dude, I'm going for orange. Like, just, the color orange makes you queasy? And, you know, part of the... well, not part of the reason, but... Like, my production company, Fractal Recording, I love orange. I love this orange, Fractal Recording. I don't know. I like orange. But does it really make you want to barf? Yeah. All right. Well, again, dude, I don't know. I don't know what to say, man. Look, I'm not a graphic designer. I don't have the best taste. I'm an audio guy. So if you guys... Okay, it's the color with the font. Okay. I was going for the old, like, the spray paint font. Like, really just like, you know, like it's a clubhouse. Like, we just spray paint the name of the club on the clubhouse door. So someone just grabs this can of spray paint and just Podcasters Lounge, and then that's it. That's what I was going for. So, all right. Well, let's see if anybody sends in anything. Barry, what do you think about the current font and color and logo?
It's a mess.
Oh!
It's a mess.
All right, well, Barry agrees with Johan. All right. Moving along. Okay, all right, Mix Magazine. Okay, Mix Magazine is a magazine that... It's right here. Let me show you. Okay, that's Mix Magazine, and it's actually pretty... There's not many pages. You know, back in the 90s when I was in the studios, and I was actually also getting Mix Magazine back then. It was a big, thick magazine and stuff, but obviously media has changed, since the early mid-90s, right? Anyway, Mix Magazine is like the premier magazine for, you know, music production, like the music industry, studios, and that kind of thing. And it's great. It's always been great. And anyway, so there was one thing that they wrote about. Oh, wait, hold on. Oh, yeah, they reviewed the KRK Rocket Gen 4 monitors. So I was going to read that. I meant to read it. I don't know if it's on here. Wow, I can't just hit search. I gotta hit search and then click it in a box again. Really? There you go. These are the... Here we go. This is it. The KRK Rocket G4 monitors. Apparently a lot of people like these KRKs, and they have for years. I've never owned a pair of KRKs. I don't know. I don't know what, the flavor. I don't know the curves. I don't know anything about them. Yeah, I mean, they look powered. They're definitely powered, so I don't know. And our buddy Ralph M. Rivera, he just got a pair of monitor speakers as well. Oh, hold on. Dang it. I'm not showing you the screen. See? Oh, sorry about that. Were you guys telling me? Yeah, Johan, they still make physical copies, but it's so thin, I'm telling you. This is like the thinnest magazine you've ever felt. It's probably like 12 or 14 pages, maybe 16 at most, something like that. Yeah. So anyway, this is the Mix, mixonline.com. That's the website. And these are the KRK Rocket G4 monitors, which again, I said, I don't know that. Dimensions on that logo on the top right-hand side. Okay. I'll find that for you real quick. Logo. I'm looking through the logo. Oh, logo for stream. Is this it? Yeah, this is it. 2178 by 880. 2178 by 880. 2178 by 880. Now, can I put that in chat? What happens if I put that in chat? You guys see that? Looks like you could see it. Clubhouse door. Yeah, that's exactly the clubhouse door, Mike. That's what I was going for. Oh, and of course I always want to, like I change the screen so you all don't see my whole computer and the files and everything. And then when I switch back, I just leave it up and then you see it anyway. So stupid. Yeah. On its way. Dude. What up, G. Lorden? Oh, Gordon Firemark. Yo!
It's a mess. No way. Nah, it ain't gonna happen. 190%.
That's right. And Gordon, every time Gordon starts to comment on the law in terms of podcasting, these are the first words. Barry, what are the first words that always come out of Gordon's mouth? Of course, you know he lives in California, so what are his first words always?
And scientific report from California was saying the same thing.
Right? Because Gordon likes scientific reports. Okay? They stand up. There's the barf orange you're referring to. Oh. But wait. Do you consider this barf orange? Fractal recording? Gordon, is this barf orange? Now you guys got me all... You guys got me all self-conscious. And anyway, okay, that's fine. So anyway, these are the Rocket KRK Rocket G4s. Anyway, I just thought Mix. Now Mix, most of the stuff in Mix doesn't really apply to podcasting. It's more music production, live sound, and sound for picture. So this is like really high-end professional stuff. But the KRK Rocket monitors, they're, pretty small. Well, they're 10-inch three-way monitors. So, yeah, the monitors I have are smaller. The ones Ralph just got are smaller. These are 10-inch monitors are, I don't know if they'd be considered medium size monitors. But usually near fields are, have a 5 or 6 inch woofer, and this one has a 10-inch woofer. So, scientifical. It's barf orange. You know what I'm gonna do? You know what? This is what I'm going to do. I hope you all love this. Okay? You love it? You want me to leave this on screen the whole time? Oh, wait. The chat got covered. Reminds me of Advent baby speakers from back in the day. Oh. Case closed. Oh, even a lawyer said it's barf orange. Case closed. See, I don't think this is bad, and this is not barf orange. That's my opinion. okay? All right, I'll get rid of that. Okay? So let's move on. Actually, this might be the last. Yeah. Oh, wait, what was that? Someone sent me a message? I don't know when people... I hear that noise. It sounds like a Facebook message. But it's not. Anyway. Well done. Punish your fans. That's right. Puke. I want you to puke now. Do it. I was looking for a Barry clip, but I don't want to do it. All right. So is everyone done puking? All right. You're going to go brush your teeth? Oh, God. All right. So look at this. Look at our buddy. Look at our buddy James. James Cridlin on stage at the OzPod. Well, no, I don't know when this is from. But the OzPod conference returns in 2019. It's on October 3rd. Anyone ever go to a podcasting conference, either in Australia or New Zealand, down there in Oceania? Right? Oh, here's the new firmware, Roadcaster Pro. We talked about that already. The BBC is launching its own voice assistant, dubbed Beeb. Really? Isn't that gonna get confused with Justin Bieber? The Beeb? Do they call him the Beeb or the Beebs? I'm not a Bieber guy. I don't know anything about him. All right. Justin will be dead in several years? Oh boy. Why did he say that? Like overdose? Is he a partier? Didn't he? The Beebs. Okay, thanks, Johan. Didn't he, No, I'm not a believer. I don't know what that means. What does that even mean? Do I believe what? Haha. All right, anyway. Okay, this is what Gordon wanted to talk to me about, and Gordon and I are going to do a stream soon to talk about all these. I'm just bringing this up now to wet your whistle, okay? Podcasts, another podcast accused of copying. Another accusation of plagiarism has surfaced. Josh Levin, Slate's national editor, has accused improv podcast The Dollop of lifting an article he'd written about welfare fraudster Linda Taylor over 3 years previously. His thread covers other accusations against the podcast team. Oh, boy. Oh, and this is opinion. This is not a podcasting problem. This is a media problem. There you go. Major league depression sufferer, not surrounding himself with those around him and ensuring long life. Same situations, different start. Oh, really? See, I sometimes wish I could approach people like that and be like, you know, let's do something. Let's make something, like a podcast, you know, something to do with podcasting. Either an event or a platform or I don't know what. But, you know, do something good for a lot of people and have fun doing it. And I don't know, but I'm not friends with any big, huge people. I really like that I can go into the chat here and I can highlight something you wrote, Gordon, and then just paste it in. I can copy it from your comment and paste it wherever I want. Yes, here it is. Is podcasting getting a black eye from plagiarism? Well, I'm not going to... I don't know much about this whole situation. So, Gordon, you and I can talk about it sometime soon. We'll do something soon. I got to figure out how I can get you on here safely and all that. Oh, wow. Editorial board. Mark Asquith, Dan Franks, Elsie Escobar, Rob Greenlee, Todd Cochran, Tracy DeLong, John Dennis, Danielle Desir, Dave Jackson, Rob Walsh, and Allison Marino. Okay. Oh, you like this many windows? Yeah, I've had way more than this, man. They get really tiny. They get so tiny that it doesn't even have the little favicon thing. It's just a bunch of tabs. No favicons. Yeah. Anyway, hey, I just talked to a guy today from, actually, let me look. Let me look here for a second. I talked to Justin Sasso from the Colorado Broadcasters Association. Let me copy the link. Yeah, the Colorado Broadcasters Association. So actually, he saw some press release about the IPA. You all remember, the International Podcast Association. He saw something about that, and somehow he saw that I was on the board and that I was in Colorado, and he's obviously in Colorado. So, and this is obviously a big organization. He's just part of it. So he wanted to just connect and chat. So we actually got on a call and chatted. And he's just interested about the whole industry and, whatever. And he might want to do some training with his folks so they can learn more about podcasting. And one of the things I explained to him, which he didn't know, was that the podcasting world is there's sort of two ends of the spectrum. One is the big radio companies, the NPR and the Gimlets and all those guys. And then the other side of the spectrum is the little guys like us, just normal people doing good shows and, using the shows to build our businesses and build our audiences, right? And it kind of a light bulb went off for him, and he's like, oh, interesting. I get, he kind of got it. And I also told him that the industry in total is probably 80% independents. What do you think? Do you think it's 80% or even more of independent podcasters rather than, big companies or big networks and stuff? Maybe it's like 90%. I mean, in terms of sheer numbers of podcasts, right? I mean, in terms of revenue and all that, that's different. But in terms of podcasters or podcast shows, how many shows are independent shows and how many shows are more corporate Gimlet network big money shows? I'd say, yeah, you think, Mike? You think what, like 95% independent? I could live with that. That sounds right to me. I don't know. I bet Todd Cochran and Rob Walsh, they probably know this. Although it's a weird stat because it's not that it means anything. Like, it has no bearing on anything. Right? I don't think so. Jason Curtis. Yeah, it's the Facebook ding. So, Jason Curtis on Facebook. Yeah, it's the Facebook ding. That's what I heard, but I don't know. I look. There's nothing. I mean, I don't know what happened. Hey, Gordon, did you see... Yeah, Daniel J. Lewis would know. Did you see the bobcat that was sleeping in my yard earlier today? See this little guy? I mean, not that little, but he was sleeping in my yard. I took a picture of him. Yeah, Rob Walsh. You think it's even more? When the top lists all stay static with so few alterations, I question the concept of indie, etc. Well, but those top lists are usually the big podcasts, like, that are sort of backed by big networks or produced by radio people, right? No, the indies. Well, the concept of indie is simple. It's just guys like me. Like, here's me. I have a business. It's called Podcast Engineering School. I have a podcast. It's called the Podcast Engineering Show, and it drives traffic to my school. It's basically a marketing arm of my school, and that's it. I make money from my school, and it's my company, and that's all. That's independent. So, I don't have ads, although I am going to have ads soon. All right, everybody try to guess. I'm finally going to allow a sponsor to sponsor my show in a limited way. But guess who the sponsor is? First person to get it right, I'm going to play you some special Barry clips, or maybe I could do something better. I don't know. Although special Barry clips that's a big deal. I don't know if you know. So guess who I am going to allow to sponsor my podcast? Blue Yeti! It's not blue. IPS. IPA? No. No, the IPA, we're just gonna talk about that. Road? No. It's not Road. It is. All right, I'm just gonna tell you, right? Any last guesses? Focusrite, baby. Oh, I should probably just search for, yeah. Focusrite, baby. Podcast engineering. Podcast engineering school. Well, they're just, they're the unofficial sponsor of the show. Just for Men, Johan. What is that? Like for hair loss or something? You want the new Gen 3? Oh, you do? Well, let me show you something, Johan. I'm not going to switch screens. You could see it from here. Oh, yeah, baby. Oh, my. Oh, geez. Is everyone getting excited? Oh, man. Can you feel it? I still haven't used it. But I am going to. Beards! Just for Men beards. Jason Bryan, he's back!
No way!
He's back! Ashley Madison? Wait, what is that? So, like glasses? Or is that clothing? Anyway, that was a little trivia. We got Bobcats, we got trivia, we got sponsors. So what? Jason Curtis says, wow, that's cool, but why not Isotope? I know, and I met I think it was the CEO of Isotope at NAB. And we chatted, and I was trying to explain to him, like, the best I could, that, look, in the podcasting space, like, I'm pretty much the only guy that has a show and a school based on teaching stuff at that level of Isotope, RX, and Ozone. And hopefully we can continue talking, but I emailed those guys afterwards, and I never heard back. Don't Google. Oh, Just for Men. Oh, Ashley Madison. I'm confused. Incognito mode. Oh my. All right, I'm not gonna Google anything then. Well, I Googled Focusrite, but so. Yeah. Anyway, so then I took a picture of him, and then I was taking more pictures, and I dropped my phone, and then he woke up and he looked at me like this. And I was inside, by the way. I was behind a window. I was in the house, safe in the house. Dating site for marrieds who want to have affairs. Oh, great! Wow. Oh, that reminds me. They were. Oh no. I even remember the name. I'm not going to say it. These guys at Podcast Movement, man, they told me about this app. It's like a dating app, but it's like raunchy. And they started telling me about it, and I'm like, what? Like, I couldn't believe people are doing that. Like, dude, man, the world changed since I got married. Holy cow. Jeez, man. Be careful, everybody. God. What kind of people are you meeting? In what circumstances? Jeez, man. Wow. Anyway, then after I was still for a while, then he kind of just looked in this direction. And then he went back to sleep, but then a little while later he was gone. Yeah, it's messed up, Johan. It really is. I feel so bad for like young people these days. Like, I'm 47, but like, think about people who, let's say they just graduated high school or they just graduated college, right? 18 to 23, something. They're in that age range. Can you imagine the world they're going into with all the nonsense everywhere? And no one is just focused on being a good person and developing a good character and working hard and developing skills and paying your dues, putting in the time. None of that. No one wants to do any of that anymore. Everybody wants to be a complete a-hole. They don't want to learn anything. They don't want to do anything. They just want to get online and and yappity yap, and they want and then they want a bunch of money. Really? Really? Oh, really? Cliff Arnold, suggestions, opinions from any of you present for good entry-level headphones. See? Thank you for the question, Cliff. So these are the Sony MDR 7506s. These are pretty popular. They're $90. They're closed back, which means they basically they block out the outside sound. That's what closed back means. Actually, the headphones I'm wearing are semi-open, they're called, because the noise from the... Like, if someone was here talking to me, the noise would... Some of it would get through the headphones and into my ear. So, semi-open, it doesn't block out the sound, but the ones you see on the screen are closed, and they do block out a lot of the sound. Actually, technically speaking, semi-open sound better than closed, but it's you know, it's really close. So these are pretty good. I mean, people say they're good, but you know, and there's a lot of other choices. I know the ones I would always use. Just from the studio days, I own a bunch of these, and when I had my studio, I used them too. These AKG K240s. And again, they're just regular headphones. They're nothing special. So, you know, again, $70. One of the things with these, though, is like some people will complain about how it fits, because how you tighten it, like different people have different head sizes, and then tightening it and fitting it. Some people complain. It's not like the snuggest fit ever, but it's like you can put it on and you can adjust it and it's fine. But I don't know why some people complain, like, oh, they're too loose or something. Like, okay, fine. So anyway, scientific report from California says,
and scientific report from California was saying the same thing,
that AKG makes good cans. Yeah, so I mean, look, besides this, there's a bunch of options. I mean, even if, yeah, I mean, I don't really have any particular recommendations to your question. I really don't. I mean, I've used these a lot. They're fine. They're just good regular headphones. These, I mean, you know, I also have a pair of these, and they're fine. They work. I mean, other than that, so the ones I have, for instance, so it depends how much you want to spend. So, well, this is on Amazon. So you can see these are the ones I'm wearing right now. It's the Sennheiser HD 650s. So they're expensive, but they're on a whole nother level. So you don't need to spend this much money, obviously. If you're doing production work, though, like if you're an editor or producer, and you do not have studio monitors, meaning you're doing all your work on headphones, I would recommend you get something of this caliber. If it's your job, if it's your business, I wouldn't mess around with cheap stuff. I would get some good headphones, pay some good money, get some really good headphones, because that's your job, that's your work, that's your craft. But if it's not your craft and you don't want to, then yeah, just get one of these other. Yeah, the ATH M50X, right? I've heard about them before. I've heard people use these. Does Cody Boyce use these or recommend these? But yeah, I mean, these are fine, I guess. I've heard people say they're good. $150. Yeah, I mean, you could check out these suggestions. You know, honestly, it's one of those things that if you really don't know what you want or what you like, then you might just want to buy some headphones and make sure you can return them, and then just try them out for like a day or two, and then if you don't like them, return them. One of the things I also do with my headphones is I use SonarWorks. It's calibration technology. So you can actually buy like whatever headphones you get, whether it's these ATH M50Xs or the ones I have or the K240s or the MDR 7506s. You can get from SonarWorks, you can actually purchase a reference profile that, because each headphones has a different frequency response. And so what SonarWorks does is they'll actually buy a pair of whatever headphones you buy. They'll buy a pair and they figure out what the EQ curve is of the headphones. And that way they can actually create a little EQ curve that will flatten out the EQ curve of these headphones. So for instance, when I'm mixing on my headphones and I'm using my SonarWorks, the sound that comes through the cable, when it comes out of the speakers in the headphone, it's coming out with the EQ that's completely flat. So because some headphones add low end or they add a high end, or you can see here they'll add like a bump in the low mids, and that way if you hear it with that curve, you might try to EQ it to sound better, but you're not monitoring a flat EQ curve. So when you do professional production, it's a really good idea to make sure you're listening with a flat EQ curve, and that way what you hear is what you're hearing. Like you know what you're hearing. It's not colored by the headphones. So that's why I use like if I'm doing mixing on these headphones, I actually got a custom EQ curve for these headphones, and that way when I listen on these headphones, I'm hearing an exact flat frequency response. And they offer like pretty much all the headphones I just showed you. There's a calibration profile for all of them. So you could just, buy that calibration profile and use the SonarWorks, and then you'll be wearing headphones. You'll be running it through a calibration profile that zeroes out the EQ, and that's it. You're hearing everything flat as it is. So it's pretty cool. But I don't know if you want to get that crazy. Not everyone needs to get that crazy. Technically, I mean, if you're wearing these headphones every day and producing stuff and listening to music and everything, that you will get to know what these headphones sound like. Because you'll listen to your favorite album, you listen to your podcast, you listen to everything on one pair of headphones, and you will sort of tune your ears to these headphones. And then when you go to produce your own show, you know what you're hearing, not because the EQ curve is flat, but just because you've listened to those headphones for so long. You know them. Somewhere recently, someone mentioned running into Mark Johansson, and said he runs a podcasting used gear group, but I can't find any info. Yeah, so go to podcastgeargroup.org. podcastgeargroup.org. And as soon as he's redirecting this URL to the Facebook group. So podcastgeargroup.org, and when you hit enter, it forwards to this group, and this is the group. And actually, the group in Facebook is called podcastgeargroup.org. So you should be able to search for that and find it. And yeah, it's a pretty good group. It's not the most active group in the world, but it's a good group. Mark's a good guy. So, you maniacs, we're getting down to the end here. Wow. We just went off on a tangent on headphones. So yeah, let us know what headphones you get, Cliff. Let us know which ones you decide on and get and how you like them and all that. That'd be good to know. Yeah, Jason Curtis says he wears his headphones for hours a day. Yeah. Oh, and Jason says he likes the Audio-Technica ATH M30Xs. ATH M30X. There you go. So these are $70 model. There you go. $70 model from Audio-Technica. It's similar to these, yeah. This is the M50X, which is, well, more than double the price, yeah. Yep. So, all right, well, we're winding down. If there's anything else you guys want me to look at, let me know. Oh, we hadn't checked Bitcoin in a while. I think I got a stop on one of my trades down at like 94 or something. So if this goes down, it's going to stop me out. It's going to sell some of my Bitcoin if it goes below there. So, well, as you know, check out Podcast Engineering School. Yeah, 30X. Cord does not disconnect on the X30. Oh, there you go. Good to know. So the cord, yep, the cord is on there. So what you're saying, are you saying that the see that? Yep, the cord disconnects. That's pretty handy. Is that, yeah, I could see that being handy. I don't know if that's a deal breaker for me. I don't know. I've never actually used headphones where I could unplug them from there. All right, Gordon, thanks, brother. I'll be in touch. We'll do a session some other time about all that stuff. So thank you, Gordon. Yeah, I guess we can wrap it up. So, temporary logo on its way? For real? Holy crap. All right. Well, it's on its way. Does that mean through the email? Or anyway, I'll find, we'll do it next time. I'll check it out. We'll do it offline. We'll see if we can get Johan's a thumbs up from Johan on the new logo. And we'll have to get the stomach meter, like how much he feels like barfing. Is it 40% barfing? Is it 80% barfing? We need a barfometer. So maybe we'll do that on social media. Hey, and don't forget, remember I mentioned this Flick app? So if you want to try the Flick app, just find the Podcasters Lounge in there. Let me know what you think. I have a feeling it's not going to catch on because, again, like I said earlier, it's like having everyone go to download an app, create a profile, all this garbage, right? But anyway, we're just trying it. And, well, there's Podcast Engineering School, as you know. So, I'm logged in. Okay, terrific. Oh, did I just show my username? Oh, God. I don't know. One of these days I'm going to have to, figure out how to stream like a real streamer and not just sort of, hack it together on my one computer. I mean, it's a great computer. I have the iMac Pro with 10 cores, all kinds of memory, and it's ridiculous. It's awesome. It's tremendous. Very, very powerful. Very, very expensive. It's great. It can handle anything. It really can. It's awesome. But I keep showing things on the screen that I probably shouldn't show. And I don't know how to, you know what I mean? Anyway, all right, we'll be back next Wednesday, but we might surprise you. Oh, he sent it. Oh, wait, dude. No way. Oh, that's pretty good, bro. That's pretty good, man. In fact, it's almost a winner. One thing I don't like when the letters are so fat. Like they're so fat, it's almost like you gotta squint to read it. I don't quite like that, but good idea, right? It looks like a door with the thing. This is great, man. Wow. All right. So let the games begin. You know what I'm saying? Let the games begin. All right. Well, thank you, everyone. Rock on. Have a good evening. We'll be back next Wednesday for sure, but we'll probably stream before that because Gordon wants to come on and talk about Gordon wants to come out and we want to talk about all this. Remember the accusations of copying and crediting, certain reporters who initially wrote a story on it. All right. Good night, Mike. Good night, Johan. Winner gets a new Gen 3 Focusrite. Hey, now. You mean this one? I could give this away. I mean, I don't know if I'd ever... I mean, for regular production, I don't use it, but whatever. All right, well, thank you. Wow, so happy. I guess the music's still going. Whatever. If you have any questions about podcasting, if you need help with anything, feel free to reach out to me or members of this community. In essence, that's why we're here. We're here to help. And so, yeah, Cliff Arnold, definitely. Oh, let me switch the... Yeah, it says he was thinking almost that same look, but with a runny paint look, like something you'd see on the Little Rascals. Yeah, that's a good idea. All right, wow. This is cool. All right, well, that's it. Good night, all. Thanks for all the info. Gonna punch out. We'll see you next time. If you need help, let me know. Don't stay quiet. Ask for help. We're all here to help, all right? All right, see you all next time. Peace out.